today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings versus Herbert and the Carolina Panthers.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a second-round pick back in April out of Oklahoma by way of Alabama. It's Jalen Hurts.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught by Jackson. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Sean Jackson, a 3-yard pickup, brings up 2nd and 7. At the
throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 4 catches, 54 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count, This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right.
Hurts.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Mack, the ball carrier.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Vinatieri's kick is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Vikings 3, Panthers 0.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
Gunnar Olszewski.
So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. And leading them out, the #6 overall pick back in April from Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
The throw left side to start the drive is complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Carolina.
Here's a man who's now 3rd all-time in rush yards, Frank Gore. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
The numbers for Gore on the ground last week. 13 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. #3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Oshesky on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now we have Kelsey, slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a draw play for Gore. Space to maneuver at the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And the Panthers in for the score.
On the keeper. Touchdown, Carolina.
We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job.
Looking for speed, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 47. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
By the Panthers.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A shotgun snap for Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Able to connect with Mims. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw it on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here.
A 27-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will knot us up at 10.
Ties the game at 10.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Stay on attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
4-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
Brings 2nd down. Here's Jalen Hurts. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. He's got this one completed to Mims.
Herbert's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. At the Vikings' 44-yard.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
8-yard.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
Herbert back to the air. A throw caught by Kumaro. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
9. Brings up 2nd.
Herbert throwing again. And is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Panthers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Frank Gore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now Prater to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Jackson on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Finding Knox there, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He completes this one to Mack. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down, here's Hurts. Pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Drew Lock, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. The third quarter starts with a run by Gore. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Herbert. He dumps this off underneath to Gore. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Gore again here on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Denzel Mims with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll go again here with Mack. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
The ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hurt sets up to throw it. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone, they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line.
Jones on
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They go with a screen to Gore. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Kelsey out in the slot right. On 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Frank Gore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Caught right side, it's Snead.
That's good for a Minnesota Viking.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. In the middle, and it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Hurts. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again they run. Again it's Gore. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, it's Gore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The tackle made by Jayon Brown. It's
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
36-yard line.
Another carry now for Gore. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 40.
On 2nd down now. Gore. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Carl Lawson on the tackle.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Gore. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Vikings 43-yard line.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore.
Frank Gore, the ball carrier.
The Panthers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Evans. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
On 4th down, Herbert got a man. It's Mims. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this carry number 20 for Frank Gore. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
16-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gore. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Panthers are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Carolina, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.